Hey yo, and welcome to another Ryan Sports Reviews. Tonight we are recapping the quarterfinals and predicting the semifinals of the 2022 Scotiabank CONCACAF Champions League. A very good quarterfinal tie set this season. Enjoyable, had some fun, covered everything. 4 lives on the second match week. And we went live for 3 of the 4 on the first match week and covered everything as pretty much as we could do. So we'll take a quick run through the quarterfinals. Covered everything pretty much. We'll take a quick run through. First off, the first tie to end. Comunicaciones FC 5 versus New York City FC 5. New York City FC goes through, advances on away goals due to scoring 2 goals down in Guatemala. Comunicaciones had only scored 1, and it was a very crazy match. The first leg, New York City had their moments. They scored 3 goals. Comunicaciones still scored 1. The last 20 minutes, Comunicaciones dominated New York. They really did. Down in Rentschler Field, then down in Guatemala, everything went haywire. The quadruple sub. Yeah, Tati had a great free kick and a great cross to Talish Magno for those 2 goals that saved New York's hind end, turns out. But that quadruple sub, my God, that was bad. Chris Gloucester should never touch an MLS pitch ever again, or CONCACAF for that matter. Hebert didn't really show up. That quadruple sub just ruined the whole momentum of that game for New York, and it went completely awry completely quickly. And it was so quick that it seemed like it was possible that Comunicaciones could have won the tie had they scored 1 more goal. And I thought they were about to. That blow, that game being blown, that choke job, whatever you want to call it, was a very, very bad situation. And I thought it was going to go the full way. I mean, it was a half choke job or more like a 3/4 choke job, but geez. But in the end, my prediction was still right. New York does go through by the skin of their teeth to the semifinals, which I don't like their chances, but who knows? Who knows? Second matchup that ended, the second one that we knew who won it. We're going by how they ended the second week here. CF Montreal 1, Cruz Azul 2. Cruz Azul dominated Montreal for most of this tie. I'd say at least 3/4 of it. Cruz Azul was the way better team. They were the more dominant team. They should have won by more. Montreal got back in it. They had life up until the end. It wasn't always over. But CF Montreal got outclassed by Cruz Azul for most of this tie, and that's what mattered. When Montreal had their best moments, it wasn't enough to score 3 goals that would have put them through at home, because they didn't have that away goal at the Azteca. As I expected, Cruz Azul would outclass Montreal. They did do that. I had Cruz Azul going through, and I was correct on that. I'm 2 for 2. Next up, Pumas Unam 3, New England Revolution 3, 4-3 on penalties for Pumas. Oh my God, what a tie. Tale of 2 games, am I right? 3-0 for the Revolution in a snowstorm at Gillette Stadium, which expected. And then Pumas does a Pumas and comes back heavily at Olímpico Universitario Stadium, Estadio Olímpico Universitario. Of course they did. Gets to penalties, and as you knew it would get to penalties, you knew, yeah, Pumas would probably have this done. Guess what they did? What a crazy tie. And I would have thought that Cruz Azul had to run the table. Turns out a week later, those fears were unfounded. Now, the next tie, we'll get into that. But at least we have a Mexican team versus MLS team in the final. That's good for me. No matter what, that's good for me. And no, I wasn't crying. A lo Mexicano, that's the channel. I wasn't crying. I was happy. I was going for Pumas. Watch my content. But I guess you did because you jacked my stream. But hey, that was a nice signal boost too. But what a crazy tie. Juan Dineno puts the team on his back. 2 goals and the penalty shootout winner. So you could say that was a hat trick. I count it as a hat trick. And Sebastian Saucedo, U.S. RSL product, puts it to a MLS team to get his team through. That was enjoyable. And if Adam Buxa would have scored one more goal, the Revs would have been through, but he's not that clutch, I have to say. And Josie, for some reason, wasn't that clutch either. I'm shocked. But I had that one right. I had Pumas going through. I'm 3 for 3 in the quarterfinals, but this is where it ends. Club Leon 1, Seattle Sounders 4. I'm not shocked. I don't know why I trusted Leon to, 1, beat the Sounders. Second of all, win this whole damn tournament. As you remember, on my full predictions, I had Leon winning the tournament over Cruz Azul, which one of those teams will make the final probably. And the team that beat Leon's probably making the final. And I hope Cruz Azul is the one that wins, but I'm not sure about that. It'll be very close. It'll be enjoyable for everybody else. I'll be worried until Cruz Azul wins or sad when Seattle wins, but we shall see. But Seattle was just the way more quality team here. Leon choked again. They played right into Seattle's hand, and Seattle hit them hard down at Lumen Field. Then they went down to Estadio Leon El Glorioso, a draw which helps NYCFC host the second leg of the semifinals at home, points-wise, which could help New York, which is honestly what I want to see happen, but I don't think will. With that being said, Seattle was just a much more quality team. They were ready for this tie. Maybe it's just because Leon is Leon, and, they'll choke anyway. Maybe that's why Seattle won. But Seattle came alive, just like the Motagua tie, and just went, boom, just blew them out the water. Easy as you like. And that's respect. I respect what Seattle did, because that's what they do. They're a great team. They're a strong team. They don't really have a problem doing stuff like this. So, with that being said, my quarterfinal predictions, I was 3 out of 4, which isn't bad. But, hey, you always get one wrong. There's always one, right? With that being said, before I go to my semifinal predictions, hit that subscribe button, hit that join button, or my link in my description to become a YouTube member. Anything's appreciated. $1.99 or $4.99 a month. Anything's appreciated. Hit that like button. Hit that notification bell once you subscribed. Hit comments. Share us with friends and family. Super chats on the live streams. All that great stuff. And now we're on to the semifinals of the 2022 CONCACAF Champions League predictions. Semifinal 1. New York City FC versus Seattle Sounders. The all MLS affair. For me, here's how I see it going. It's going to be very tight. I don't think Seattle blows New York out of the water by any stretch of the imagination. I think Seattle is the better team, but I don't think they blew New York out of the water like Leon. I don't think New York plays as bad as that second half as Comunicaciones or at Comunicaciones made them look. I think they play better. They have a little break after their game against Philly this weekend. Tomorrow, or when you watch this, maybe it's already over. Who knows? But they'll have a break after that because the international break. They'll have a game against Toronto at BMO Field before the first leg in Seattle, and then they'll see how they look. And I think New York will look a bit better, but we also know Nuhu will not be playing the first leg, which could help New York. Yeimar should be back. For the Seattle Sounders. Rui Diaz probably should be back. But I still think when it comes to New York, it'll be very close. It's not going to be a complete blowout. But I think Seattle wins by a goal in this tie. Whether it's an away goal that helps them or whether they win, whether it's 3-2. I say 3-2 Seattle on aggregate. That's what I think for this tie. But Seattle will go to the CONCACAF Champions League final in my eyes. And that's pretty damn easy call, I think. And New York does host the second leg at home. Seattle hosts the first leg at Lumen Field, so that does give New York a little bit more of an opportunity. So they could have the away goals that they need, which could save them. I think that helps New York having that second leg at Red Bull Arena. But is it enough? I don't think so. Next up, semifinal 2, the Mexican showdown for the Mexican representative to the final. Cruz Azul versus Pumas Unam. First leg at Estadio Olímpico Universitario. Second leg at Azteca. I think Cruz Azul pretty much wins by 2 or 3 goals. I think Cruz Azul is the way better team of the two. Pumas has homegrown talent. They have good talent. They have talent like Juan Dineno, which is their best player, not homegrown. Sebastian Salcedo, cheap, but not homegrown. They have great players, but I think Cruz Azul, at this moment, are the better team and the more deep team. And that's what gives them the chance to go through. Now, I said this last time when they played Monterrey, and well, look what happened last year. But I think this year it's different. Yes, they are struggling since they've won that Liga MX Clausura title. But I think they're starting to wake up a bit, I think. And I think Cruz Azul will win by 2 or 3 goals, win this tie pretty comfortably, and get to the final. Pumas will put up a good fight, especially at home. I don't think at the Azteca it goes well for them. I really don't. Now, again, Pumas is the team that the last Cruz Azulieta happened to, so who knows? But I got Cruz Azul this time. They probably want a little bit of a revenge, too, from that Cruz Azulieta in the Apertura of 2020 before they went and won that Apertura, or that Clausura title. So I got Cruz Azul. They probably want revenge there, and I think they get it. So the final, with the way I have it predicted, Cruz Azul versus Seattle Sounders. Seattle hosts the first leg. Cruz Azul hosts the second leg at Azteca. We'll see how that goes, but my predicted final is Cruz Azul versus Seattle Sounders. Cruz Azul from Liga MX and Seattle Sounders from MLS. But that was already confirmed. So with that being said, hopefully you liked this video. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell notification once you subscribed. Hit that join button or the link in my description to become a YouTube member. Anything's appreciated. $1.99 or $4.99 a month. Help support the channel, as well as sending super chats on live streams, commenting on this video, and share this with your friends and family, putting this in playlists, all that great stuff. Tomorrow I have a live watch along for Toronto FC versus DC United with Mike from Sons of a Pitch Soccer Central guesting, because he's running all these live streams for March Madness. So he'll be on here instead of his own channel. He'll be joining me. It'll be a fun one, a very fun one. And as well, I'll be reviewing that match like normal. So you'll have both of those tomorrow. I'll see you at 2 o'clock for that match up. Hopefully Toronto wins. I think they do. But if they lose, I won't be shocked. But I'll see you then. I'm Ryan and I'm out. Peace. See you later. And let's have some fun for the last club match before this last international window and Canada making the World Cup. But we will see. Peace.